This video will contain spoilers. Before I actually get into the video, I just want to talk about something that happened last night. Which is that I uploaded a video of a glitch that I encountered in Lego Harry Potter 2. Which it's something that I do. Where no matter how old a game is, if I encounter a glitch, I will upload it just in case something happens. And like as I'm playing it, the nights that they're remaking it for PS5, and I upload it, and it immediately gets right. For those who don't upload videos, the copyright system is not as simple as it seems. You know, it's not just videos are either copyright or not copyright. Copyright actually has three sort of stages to it. You have your standard just copyright where the video is taken down because it breaches copyright. Like if say you upload an entire movie. There's a copyright block where it doesn't affect your channel, but it will be blocked in certain countries, which is what happened with this video, which we'll get into later. And then there is I don't even know what to call these. They've been such a fucking nothing burger that there's been no point in calling them anything. But it's a threat, it's a copyright threat. Because it just will say copyright on the video title, and that's it. But and you know, I've encountered that before with some of the Lego games Incredibles when I uploaded a glitch where it was that the dash just wouldn't run on water for some reason. Uploaded that and it got copyrighted as well. It could be because of the music, because something that Incredibles and Harry Potter 2 have in common is that they're Lego games I hadn't played before. Although, I mean, there were others that I uploaded videos for that didn't get copyrighted, so I don't understand. So, also the Incredibles one, I never got an email for. It was just a copyright warning. The difference between a copyright warning and a copyright block is an email. If you get an email, it's a copyright block instead of a threat. And basically all it is just, you know, the most of the times it won't even say what you did wrong. It'll just say, you know, you breached copyright, your video was blocked, and in this case, 2 countries. Most of the time the blocks are like 195 countries. But this time they did actually say what it was that was like breaching copyright. It was the music. I don't really have a comment on that, other than, you know, go fuck yourself. I did nothing wrong. Anyway, Blink Twice. Mixed ratings. I watched it in the cinema, directed by Zoe Kravitz. Starring Zoe Kravitz's 44-year-old boyfriend. I thought she was a pedophile. So what's going on here? Oh, there's also been a thing of my videos being marked as made for kids. I just want to get that cleared up. Make sure this is not marked down as for kids. Fuck. Anyway, Zoe Kravitz herself, Alia Shawkat, Haley Joel Osment, Gina Davis, Kristen Slater, Callum McLaughlin. Problem me doing this review is that I watched the film like a week ago, and I just couldn't be bothered doing the review. And then eventually I was like, oh, I'll put this along with it And I was like, oh no, I'll wait for this and then I can do them all together. And I was actually planning on doing the Crow 2024 as well, but I'm thinking I'm better off doing this and then putting the Crow as its own video. Mostly just so that I don't forget doing these. Like, if I forget to do the Crow, that's fine as long as I remember to do these. I seen posters for this in the cinema, and it looked interesting. Like, I've never been interested just from a poster. And then I got an email from the cinema saying, if you watch these trailers and tell us what you think about them, we'll enter you into a draw for free tickets. I get that I already get free tickets because I have a subscription to the cinema, but this was before we seen Deadpool. So I was thinking, I could give my tickets to people watching Deadpool that don't have the subscription. Anyway. Watched the trailer and I was like, okay, this seems like a mix of Saltburn and I don't even remember what I was comparing it to. But going into it, it's not like Saltburn actually. It's more like a combination of The Handmaid's Tale and Get Out, and I fucking hate The Handmaid's Tale. Like, the book was just unreadable because it used like dinosaur language, even though it was made in 1985. And the show, I've seen the first episode and it was just boring. But Get Out was quite good, despite Jordan Peele being a dickhead. And this I thought was quite good as well. I find it weird that Geena Davis is playing, I think, Channing Tatum's sister. Like, she's, 68 now? Channing Tatum's 44. I get that there are siblings of like 20 years between them, but like um fucking bit ironic. I can't think here. Yeah, I guess I could talk about the ending. It does seem like some feminist things. Like, it seems like it's trying to do what Get Out did, just for women instead of black people. Um, but the thing I want to talk about the ending is the fact that fucking Channing Tatum vapes and the sound that the vape makes. It's like, I have a friend who vapes. My dad used to vape on and off. I recognize the sound of a vape, and it's just basically sucking in air. That's what it sounds like. But this one has like an electric fucking crack to it, and it's like, why? I get that you're addicted to the nicotine, but that's just so off-putting. That, like, if it were me and I were vaping, I'd be like, yeah, that's the fucking Grim Reaper cackling at me. And then they use that vape to defeat him, which the way that they did it, where he had the knife at the girl's throat, and he stood there for like 20 seconds, did nothing, and I was like, there's no way he's just gonna die from vaping. Like, it'd be funny, but it'd be anticlimactic. But no, it was the perfume, which it's a bit stupid, but it was done quite well. And I'm glad that they didn't have the main character spend the majority of the movie trying to convince people that what's her name, Jess? Yeah, Jess was real. Like, that's what other films would do, where the majority of it is just, she says, where's Jess? Who's Jess? And then just trying to convince them that there is a Jess. But because you had the other girl that remembered, they didn't need to do that, which, thank fuck, because I feel like that would have been something common in other films, and this would be more unique because they didn't do that. I'm really struggling to say things here. Like, I had plenty to say when I actually seen it. It's just because I waited. It probably has been a week, if not more. The Crow, 1994. Universally positive ratings. I watched it on ITVX. Brandon Lee. Probably the only name I recognize here. Oh, that was Ernie Hudson. I forgot about that. Oh, fuck's sake. I know Tony Todd's done a couple of horror films, but I don't think I've seen him in anything. And then Chad Stahelski was Brandon Lee's stunt double. And then after Brandon died during the filming of this, he sort of filled in for things that they could get away with, like uh, long shots and just things where you don't see his face. And then he went on to direct the John Wick films, so good for him. At the start of this, I was thinking this is the most generic thing I've seen, and the only thing that I have to compliment about it is that the setting or the sets are amazing. It reminds me of the Tim Burton Batman films, although they really play into the gothic stuff with this, whereas the Tim Burton ones just sort of tickle it. And I think this might actually be an outright adaptation of an Edgar Allan Poe story, but I don't know because I don't like poetry and I don't like ye olde language, which is what he wrote in. So, but then as the film went on, I was like, okay, yeah, this actually is quite good, even though, to be honest, at times it did just feel like a shitty adaptation of Spawn. So I know I want to watch the Spawn movie to see how they compare. What's worse? Um, I know this isn't really a comment about this film, but I do want to see the reboot with Bill Skarsgård, because people saying that it looks terrible and all that, but the way I see it, most of the time people say something looks terrible, what they really mean is that it just looks generic. It looks like something we've seen already, which, yeah, it's repetitive, especially me. I watch a lot of films, so maybe I'll find it boring because it's just things I've seen already. But I'm not gonna know until I watch it, and I usually don't. I try not to talk shit about things until I've seen it. Like, I will happily talk shit about Madam Web, but Borderlands, I did accidentally talk shit about it once, but I realized immediately, yeah, I shouldn't do that. I'm actually going to do a take on the trailer, possibly, along with Snow White and maybe Black Ops 6. Yeah. Uh, anyway, middle review Lego Harry Potter 2. They were really struggling to explain the story without talking. Like, I feel like a good chunk of the cutscenes were just the characters not doing anything. Like they weren't pointing or showing anything. They were just grunting. And like at that point you really should have just went to voice acting. Um and I think it was they're like the game after this one that they switched the voice acting. Like I'm pretty sure Lego Batman 2 was the one after this. Despite that, I still do quite enjoy this. But it feels like there were some things that they introduced as mechanics just didn't really use it. Like they had I think I said this in the beginning of the review, but they had that wand duel that they taught in Order of the Phoenix, and then they had one battle in Order of the Phoenix, and then they had two maybe in Half Blood Prince, and then I don't remember about um Deathly Hallows, either of them. I feel like everything that I have to say about this, I've said in the beginning review, because the beginning review not only was a beginning review, it was also a comparison to the first game because I'm playing this through the collection. I'm not just playing these two individually. And just there's no review for the first one because I already played it before. Because I never played the second one before. I am so glad that I didn't go off this video because I was thinking like there's nothing else to do, but I just remembered that there is. Hot Shots Part 2. Mixed ratings. Hot Shot and Disney. With Binman, Charlie Sheen, Miguel Ferrer, Ryan Stiles, Rowan Atkinson, Martin Sheen. Me and Bitman were debating whether or not this is better than the first one, and we came to the conclusion that it is. Maybe it's because I prefer the Rambo films over Top Gun, at least the first Top Gun. But he's never seen a Rambo film, so it probably just is that it is just funnier. Which that was a fucking feat because the first one was really really funny. So just the fact that they're able to make this funnier is shocking. Um, Rowan Atkinson was an absolute surprise. I had no idea he was in this. Although the credits did kind of, I get it, they have to give credit, but it's just like I feel the same whenever they announce like the next James Bond or the next Doctor Who. It's like I'd rather, I mean, with Doctor Who especially, I'd rather just watch it and then when the new person comes in, it's like, oh, holy shit, it's this person? No way. Um, like they could have just, I feel like they could have done something. Sorry. Um, I seen this a couple of days ago, and I'm struggling to find things to say. Especially since this is a comedy, I feel like it's easier to say things about a drama because I can talk about like themes or whatever. But with this, it's saying it's fucking hilarious is like 99% of what there is to say. But I did forget to say something about Blade Twice. I'm pretty sure it lists itself as a comedy horror, and there is it is a bit creepy. There are some things that are a bit scary, but it's more like a Jordan Peele horror where it's like, oh, it's only scary for black people. In this case, it's only scary for women. Like, women are always being sent to an island and having a fun time unconsensually. you know? Anyway, the point is that it isn't really a horror, and there are some funny bits. It was especially funny that Channing Tatum was defeated. He didn't die, but he was defeated by fucking vaping. But overall, wouldn't say it's a comedy either. It's just a thriller, and that is it. Part of what's making it hard to remember whether or not there's another film to review is one, it's been a while, and two, there are so many things that are being re-released because we're having old Spider-Man films. Like it started at the start of August. Currently, we're on TASM 2, and I think we'll get the No Way Home by the end of the month. And then they're re-releasing the original Star Wars trilogy. Currently, we're on A New Hope. They've re-released the Terminator, which I've yet to see. They re-released Coraline a couple weeks ago, which I've seen. So I've gone to the cinema quite a lot more so than I usually do in the past couple of weeks, but a good chunk of it has been things that I've already seen. So no reviews for them. Um, so that's what's making it hard because I I feel like there is more than just Blink Twice. Um, I feel like I was Blink Twice and something else, but no, I was just Blink Twice actually. Uh, but what is there is something that you want to talk about with TASM 2. Um, when they announced that, I asked everyone, do they want to come see these? And Dylan had said yes to all of them. So, all the Raimi Spider-Mans, both TASM films, and all the Tom Holland films. We did see the Raimi trilogy together, but when it came to TASM 1, he couldn't go because that week he was just too busy. And then TASM 2, I asked him on Saturday, I think. These go out on Friday. So, I'm recording this on Wednesday. TASM 2 is still out. Thursday is the last day to watch TASM 2 because on Friday it's been replaced with Homecoming. So I asked Dylan on Saturday, what day do you want to see TASM 2? And he's like, Friday. And I explained that, that's when Homecoming's out. It's like, okay, right. Go watch it on your own. That's okay. And then I said to Harmon because he said to me, sorry, Ginger, sorry. He said he wanted to watch TASM 2 as well, and I said to him, what day do you want to watch it? Because Dylan can't go anymore. He said, fuck it, just go on your own. I was like, okay. And I went last night. And when I came back, went on PlayStation, went to the party. And I was explaining to Ginger about how his co-worker was there and was asking about him. And Dylan was like, why'd you watch Spider-Man? It was like, you said that you couldn't go see it. Oh no, we're going tomorrow. So, fuck it, right, I'm going again. So, we're going again. Then we're getting something to eat, and then if I have time to get there, I'm gonna go to the Ogre Cinema because there's two cinemas that I go back and forth from, and watch the Crow reboot. Now, if I was watching this and I'm thinking, why would you do that to yourself? Why would you go and watch something so bad? Well, I don't know that it's bad because I haven't seen it. You don't know that it's bad unless you've seen it. yeah, the trailer might look terrible, but you know, the trailer doesn't. Trailers can be misleading.